Blog Talk Radio.
Well, good afternoon, and welcome, you guys. I want to welcome you to the Traffic Authority Visionary Founders, not quite a full hour. And I was thinking this morning about Traffic Authority and what's going on here, and it's like an international company. I was doing some research this morning, and I don't know if you guys know this or not. Doug and Greg, you're here with me today. I don't know if you know this or not, but I did the math, and I may be one or two off, but I think what I came across this morning was 29 countries. We are currently operating in 29 countries around the world, the Traffic Authority. What a cool space, right? And I'm thinking about that, 29 countries around the world, an international corporation, an international organization, yet we have that small town feel. You know, we have that community feel, and that's what we're going to be experiencing this morning as we go through the next 45 or 50 or maybe even 60 minutes on the Traffic Authority Visionary Founders Hour. I have Greg and I have Doug joining me here this morning. As a matter of fact, let's say hello. Mr. Wellens, are you there? Douglas, good morning. I think I have you off mute.
I'm right here, Joe. How are you, my friend? I'm sorry. I was just turning down some background noise.
Not a problem.
I'm going to turn the light off also.
I caught you by surprise there, didn't I?
Slightly. I thought we were going to get into something else here first, but yeah, I had a little background noise I wanted to kill real quickly, so I keep it nice and quiet. And Joe, because I just cleaned my office out the other day, literally, okay, my oldest daughter came by with her guy and grabbed a little bit of furniture out of my office so I could do a little new Zen remodeling thing that's just been coming for a long time. Plus, I trashed it like over the last 6 years, man. I've just like piled everything into my office and just didn't think about it, you know, just cluttered, but crazy, right? Because I just didn't have time for it. We were just going straight, right? No time to look back, left, sideways, this, that. Can't think about it, just got to keep on going forward. And that's how it's been, right, for like the last 6 years. And all of a sudden I just woke up, you know, about a month ago and said, I've had enough. I got to clean. I got to get fresh. Boom, shaka-laka, my friend. So guess what, Joe? I made it happen.
Well, I just wanted to welcome you to this morning and get you out here right away, let people know that it's for real. It's not just going to be me here this morning. This is Doug Wellens, one of the co-founders. Doug, in a moment, I'm going to ask you about what it was that you were doing this morning. I know that you were excited, and let me see if I got my boy here. Is this Mr. Chambers checking in as well? Good morning, Greg. Is that you?
This certainly is I. It's great to be here, Joe, and awesome to meet with our Traffic Authority tribe members here today.
Yeah, you know, we've been getting hundreds of people, Greg. We're setting records across the board. I know that we have every day is kind of like a bigger day than we had the day before. You know, every morning we talk, some of the things we go over on our morning radio show is overcoming stuff. And, you know, it seems as though every single day there's going to be a brand new thing to learn, and maybe there's going to be some stuff to deal with. And it's like I always say, when you get to the top of the mountain, you feel relaxed. It's like, oh, I've hit the top of the mountain, and lo and behold, there's another mountain there. But what's happening here on the other side of that coin is that every single week, it seems every single day, we hit a new milestone as far as members getting started and people stepping up to premium, and we have all these really cool things going on. But then what happens is the next day is even bigger than the last day. And we just lost Greg. I'll get him back here in a moment. But listen, I want to, again, welcome you guys. I'm going to go over a couple housekeeping things here this morning, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get into some conversation with the boys, with Greg and Doug. But let me go over a couple things first before we get any further into this broadcast here this morning. If you'll just give me 1 second here. Here's what I want to talk about quickly. First off, quick reminder, this is the Traffic Authority Visionary Founders Hour. Now, for those of you guys who are involved in the $20,000 Halloween giveaway, you know, we're going to talk about the winners of the first week's contest. It was really, really fun. It was really cool. Gave away some cool prizes. And the way that you get prizes is by accruing points. We have a drawing, and then there will be a grand prize at the end of the month at Halloween. But in order to get into the drawing, all you have to do is the thing. Do the thing. And if you look at the thing, what I'm talking about, and you can find this at the Halloween contest page, I'm talking about doing simple things. Simple things like showing up for this broadcast today gives you 3 points. Every single day. There's a way for you to get 11 points every single day before you even get to noon, right? Every single morning. If you just, post something on Facebook and you show up on the radio show and you go over the daily marketing plan, which we send you every single day, there's 11 points. So I just want to remind you guys that you get 3 points for being here today, just for listening to the radio show. But one of the things I want to talk about is support. Okay, I want to talk about the support desk here, and I'm going to bring Doug in a moment to comment more on what's going on. But if you're looking for some support, we do have a frequently asked questions section on the websites that are frequently asked questions. And the reason they are there is obvious, because they are the most frequently asked questions. And so I want you to consider that when you're feeling maybe, I got to get a support ticket in, or, you're frustrated about some video not playing, or maybe there's something going on, whatever the case may be, we send in a support ticket. And I want you guys to know that the frequently asked questions are there because usually if you go through the FAQ, you will see that your question is answered there. The other thing I want to point out about support is that we have found that when people go through all of the video, there's a reason that those videos are there in your member back office. The reason your videos are there is because they answer all of the questions for you. I also want to talk about the radio show as it relates to support. Okay? So on the radio show every single morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we open it up. We do a little bit of training, we talk for a few minutes at the beginning, and then we open it up, and all we do is hear from people from around the community all over planet Earth who are chiming in, checking in, supporting each other, asking questions. It is very, very cool, okay? It is very, very cool. And so my point is that make sure that you're showing up on the radio show, because you will get your questions answered, and a lot of times the questions are being answered by other community members, which is way cool. But the other thing that we realized and we found out is that, when we started getting people on the radio show and we started saying, hey, before you ask your question, make sure that you go through all of the videos. If you have a technical question, something about your website, make sure that you have gone through all of the video and then ask your question. And you'd be amazed at how quickly all of the questions went away. And this is a good thing, because I want you to know that your Traffic Authority business, when you start enrolling people in one of the 27, 28 countries that we are currently doing business in, regardless of where you are in the world, your brand new members have the benefit of the best training and the best support and the best getting started material that's out there. So make sure that you're using the tools, okay? Make sure that you're using the tools and you're going through the videos, and your support thing will go away. We've also added to our support desk. We're adding a couple more people this week, ramping up the support, so we're going to get within 24 hours on the turnaround time on your tickets. The radio show every single day is going to be a critical piece for you, I promise, especially if you're brand spanking new. We're getting tons of people. We're getting thousands of people a month who are joining us. Our Facebook page is about 20,000 members strong. I want you guys to know that that radio show is available for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And this is a place where you can hear from our community. If you're thinking maybe right now you're looking at Traffic Authority, considering this as your option to really take some of that financial pressure off, I'm telling you right now, you go and listen to that radio show. Sometimes we are there for 2, sometimes 3 hours. And all we're doing is hearing from people around the world who are having results, who are having fun, who are making money, who have the opportunity to travel, making decisions, sleeping late. It is off the chain. And if you're serious about your business, use that as a critical tool to promote your Traffic Authority business. Also, the webinars. I want to make sure you guys are plugged in. We're putting some more enhancements into the webinar experience this week. Your people, when you start sending people to a webinar, they're going to see a video. They're going to see some testimonials. They're going to be reminded of a couple things, to bookmark their page. Really, really cool things are coming up in that platform, right? Now, the webinars are there right now. You can continue promoting. As a matter of fact, we're going to send you guys a swipe file that you can send today and you can send tomorrow to promote the webinar that happened last Thursday. because that webinar is still there. It is still running. You can send people there, and you can get credit when they ultimately say yes and they get started. So we're going to send you that swipe file, okay? Now, I want you to be aware of the fact that there's another webinar website, and most of you guys may know of it. I'm going to say it again. It is called TrafficWebLive.net. TrafficWebLive.net is for the Tuesday night trainings. That's where the reseller training takes place. And you can go there right now and you can find out about this last week's reseller training. Some of the cool things that were introduced there. We're going to talk about those in a moment. Last thing I want to remind you guys of is we do have a calendar that's online for you to actually put it on your toolbar, okay? And make sure that you're aware of this calendar because it will tell you every single live event that we do. I want you to consider live events. What we do in our world is we share the opportunity, we share the income story, we share the products, we share the income, and we build for events. Build for events. Live events is where it happens. More so now than ever. In the internet age, the biggest companies are the ones that rely on live events where people can engage with each other. Our live event calendar is at RadioLeverageLive.com. RadioLeverageLive.com is a calendar of all of our live events. And speaking of live events, Doug, Greg, I do have a package to send to you guys, regarding our first live event in person at a major hotel in a major North American city where we are expecting in excess of 1,000 members. You guys, we got that coming. I'll send it to you guys today. We received it back. The package came back from our quote-unquote event planner. But I want to bring you guys into the discussion here. Greg, you first. If you're back online here, Greg, I want you to talk about the GetResponse Premium Upgrade. Now, for those of you guys who are wondering what we're talking about here with Premium Upgrade, let me just break it down for you. To be all in here at the Traffic Authority, all in is really, it's been like $144 a month. Okay, $144 a month is all in. That gets you a reseller license. That gets you your suite of Traffic Optimizer tools. It gets you the Traffic Academy, which we're adding another vendor. We're adding another professor into the Traffic Academy. That's $144. Now, those products, we're talking about Traffic Optimizer, the Academy. Those are, I don't want to say generic, but those are retail products, right? Those are retail opportunities for you to go out and promote traffic and tools and training, and the training is epic. Then we've just introduced another level. The next level is the premium membership upgrade. This is an additional $50 per month. So now you're at $194 a month. Get over it. It's less than $50 a week. It's so worth it. And the reason why that this is so worth it is because the premium upgrade is about you promoting the Traffic Authority opportunity. And what I'm talking about is promoting the Traffic Authority internet broker opportunity, right, for people to become internet traffic brokers. Now, Greg, I want you to comment, if you will, on this GetResponse piece, because what we introduced this last Tuesday night is the GetResponse memberships. Everybody here has GetResponse, and now GetResponse for premium members only is paying a $5 per month commission. So if you had 10 people in your organization, that would be $50 a month. That covers your entire premium membership. Okay, it really is cool. But Greg, would you talk about the value of that? Because I know that you have built a GetResponse empire in the past, and what kind of money does that really, really mean to somebody? And it's a tool that they have to have, right?
I certainly would say so. And Joe, you've heard us talk about this in the past. I mean, and this, I'm talking about not even the premium parts yet, but just actually the ability to have, all of your leads going to your own GetResponse account. I mean, that's a huge, huge advantage because, to be honest, for the last 7 years in Streamline Marketing, our systems, we actually managed people's leads and autoresponders for them, but what that meant was that those people did not have easy access to sending a personal email broadcast to the people or managing, those autoresponders, which, of course, is the premium side of which you speak, which, Joe, it needs to be clearly said, what you're communicating to your prospects does matter. And, one of the things, Joe, we're going to be doing, because I was just actually looking at a report, to see how many people of our active members that are, basically traffic optimizer or higher actually have GetResponse. And I was blown away that 50% approximately of the people don't even have GetResponse accounts yet. And I'm here to tell you guys, you can get these, very, I would just say moderate size, GetResponse accounts that will handle, up to 1,000 leads for $14.95 a month. That, again, goes to GetResponse. It's not going to us, but I'm just saying the ability to actually manage your leads and create the relationship with your data. I'm just saying, Joe, that's why people like Vincent and why other, and there's just a very long list of people that come into something and have some immediate success. The reason they can do that is because they do have a list and they are able to do that. So up to the premium part, the premium pieces are going to be actually proven creatives from people that have actually gotten a result. Now, we know, as an example, in the premium today, is Vincent's, sales path. And I'm here to tell you guys, that by itself is worth going to the premium. That thing is absolutely crushing it. And we're actually, creating some, additional numbers we'll be able to share with you guys here in the next few weeks. But I can just tell you the very beginning of that, it just is very, very, very impressive, Joe. And people will certainly appreciate that. And I always say the same thing, and this is it. The more actual paths that you have, the more sales paths you have access to, the more you can communicate down to your list. If people don't start right away, what's the thing we learned from Derek here, Joe, a month ago? It basically is communicating to your people, and people don't necessarily buy the first 10 minutes. They don't buy initially. You have a small percentage, maybe 5%, who are ready to buy right now. Then you have the 20% that are on that list that are watching what you send them. They're conscientious. They're going to be watching. And I'm just saying the premium piece allows everyone, just some additional, very advanced training, very advanced marketing. And, Joe, I can tell you this. It's worth every penny. We probably could have charged $199. I think that's what some of the leaders actually were saying we should be charging for that, because make it exclusive, make it blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, we want everyone to have access to it. And I can tell you this, it's going to be growing in a massive way over the next 90 days. So, Joe, with that, back to you, my friend.
And thank you very much, Greg. And one thing I do want to point out to you guys, because we are totally transparent here, for example, right now, we have a $20,000 giveaway. We're doing a $20,000 Halloween giveaway. We've already given away some prizes. We'll talk about that in a moment. And I want to remind you guys, and this is the truth because we are transparent. There's that premium membership. 100% of those dollars that are allocated in all of that money goes into escrow. There's zero profit there right now. There is no commissions paid because that is the money that we use to fund these extraordinary giveaways. And if you like this one that you see right now, just stand by. So it really is the ability for each and every one of us to participate and grow that premium, the quality of the premium and the quantity of the premium opportunity there, and the vendors in there, and the other leaders that are in there. So that's really a cool thing. It really is a cool thing. And another thing I will say about the premium membership, as I said, the premium membership is for people who are like a laser beam targeting other individuals to recruit, to bring in, to become members of the Traffic Authority as internet traffic brokers. Your tools, your Traffic Optimizer, your academy, the traffic itself, that is a retail opportunity that is huge. This premium is going to teach you how do you market this exact opportunity in a way that, like right now, only the top guys are doing. For example, as a premium member, not only do you have the Vincent Ortega sales funnels that he personally uses, you also have his email follow-up sequence of email follow-ups. It is really, really cool stuff. Okay, enough about the premium. You guys know what it is. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm gonna just make a quick have you ever been driving down the road with your GPS going and it's telling you, ooh, make a U-turn, like you've gone past, it keeps redirecting you, right? You're driving, you're going someplace, and it's like, make a U-turn. The ice cream parlor was 2 blocks back. Make a U-turn at the next corner. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make that U-turn, and I'm going to get off my plan here this morning, my outline, and I want to pass it over to Doug Wellens. A moment ago we were talking about the about what's going on here with our support community. And Doug, I know we always talk about special guests, the founders and their special guests. Doug, I understand that you have a special guest right now that you would like to introduce to Planet Earth, to the Traffic Authority membership. So Doug Wellens, the floor is yours. Come on out here, man.
Hey, I'm right here, Joe, and I am very excited and I'm proud to introduce Abby Snakenberg, who is with us this morning. And Abby comes from a major direct sales company. She's been doing support for a long time, heading support for for the guys that have been working with us over here and have come from the iPass group here. And Abby is just an incredible person. She leads a dynamic team, and we just wanted to let everybody know we're on top of our game when it comes to support. We're building that world-class support environment that, we all want everybody to experience, okay? So we know we've been in the throes of some deep support stuff, and we've brought on some new team members. Abby, where are you, my dear? Come on out here, say hello to everybody for a second.
Hi, guys.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Abby.
Yeah, go ahead. What was that?
Yeah, hey, listen, just tell everybody just a little bit about your background. You're a mom, obviously. You've got your daughter and your son in the background. You're home every day, and you're living your life, but you're also here doing this support thing. So go ahead, Abby. Just tell everybody just a little bit about you and what's happening with support.
All right. Hi, guys. Well, I'm Abby. I've worked with the iPass support team. I was the manager of the support department there. I've kind of come on board with helping with Traffic Authority, and we have an awesome team with Traffic Authority, a lot of experience. We just brought on 2 new people who are going to be amazing with being able to help with technical support and walking you through setup and everything else. We're going to be a world-class support team, and we're getting there. So,
Abby, so you and I, we've been spending the last few days together on a lot of calls here talking about the future, right, and also talking about what's going on right now and how we can just, bring it down to the point where we can go 24/48 with everything that we do here. We're close to doing that. I know that I was on the phone last night really, really late. Actually, it was this morning for me with Jody Sharkey. She was knocking them out left and right. We're sub 700, and we're going down to 0 here very quickly. Anything that you can add in terms of letting the people know, be patient, or don't submit any more than 1 ticket at a time, or if you're going to submit and resubmit tickets, change your subject lines. Just give them a couple of little points here that they can feel like they know they're getting their questions addressed and answered right away.
All right. Well, we have a ton of tickets right now that we're working through. But if you have an issue, please just submit 1 ticket on the issue, and just know that we'll get to it as fast as we can. Submitting multiple tickets on the issue is kind of, the opposite of what we're working towards right now. If you have issues with another issue, or if you have another issue that comes up besides what you have your ticket on, go ahead and put in another ticket. Put right in the headline what the issue is, and that way that helps us get it to the right person who's going to be able to help you too. So,
Abby, what's the most effective way for somebody to communicate their issue to you? Do you guys need a little video on it? Do you need, something specific? So it helps you guys also, because there's obviously a lot of communication barriers all over the world doing this virtual and global, right? So are there a couple of fine high points you can tell people that will help them to create the best possible support information going into a ticket that you guys can then dissect it right away, get to the root of it, and boom, hit it hard?
Absolutely. So if you're having a technical issue where something isn't working right for you, you're trying to input leads or something and it's just not working for you, or trying to input your card information and it's just not working like it should, send us a Jing video that we can look at it and we can look and say, you know what, that isn't right, and we can get it right to the right department. If you have questions about a downline member, please send us their name and their username or email or something that we can identify them by. Other than that, just really send in all the information that you can. If you have a receipt that has the wrong amount on it or that you have a question on, send us a copy of that receipt so we can look into it without having to have back and forth conversations with you. We can just nip it right away.
Hey, Abby, really quick. I know people may not be really familiar with Jing. Just give them a little bit of direction where to go to create a Jing video and let them know it's not the most complicated thing in the world to do.
Right. So if you guys look up Jing on your computer, it's a little program you can download. It has a step-by-step tutorial on how you can take screenshots or take videos on it. You can take a quick 5-minute video. It uploads right to the internet, and it gives you a little link, and you can just post that link right to us, and we'll be able to go to that link and watch your video.
What's the domain for Jing?
Ooh, let me get that for you.
JING.com? J-I-N-G. J-I-N-G.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
Abby, I know we caught you off guard here this morning, but really excited to have you out here. Joe, Greg, you guys want to don't grill Abby, okay? But anything you want to add to Abby's talk here, it would be awesome.
Hey, Abby, this is Joe. It's my first time I've ever speaking to you, Abby. This is the cyber world that we live in, but you are legendary in these parts. You've been around here since the very beginning, and thank you very much, because I know at one point, talk about a mountain of tickets, I know that it's been quite a battle for you guys. But thank you very much for coming out here this morning, and thank you for mentoring our team. You said that you came from another company, and that company was very, very big, correct? That company went from, I don't know, like from 0 to 90 in a minute. It was just like really, really big. So we're excited that you're able to keep up with that type of a pace and that type of activity. What do you see really? I know that we talked earlier. We did have Jody out on our radio show earlier in the week. Really conservatively, do you think that, in a short time people are looking at a 48-hour turnaround on a support ticket or better? What are your thoughts based on your experience, and the team that we're assembling and how fast they're learning? Do you think that people are going to be getting their support tickets handled like pretty quickly in the short term? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I would like to say within a couple of weeks we'll be down to at least 48 hours. But yeah, I think that we're not far away. We are not far away, guys. So
awesome. And every single morning I promise you that we're going to be, we mentor the people, right? Every single morning we ask them to just simmer down and be patient. And again, I want to remind you guys that one ticket is enough. All you have to do is send in one ticket. As a matter of fact, if everybody would just simmer down and send in one ticket, just one ticket, we probably will get to the bottom of the pile much quicker, because if you send in 2, 3, 4, 5 tickets, you're actually slowing the process down. You're slowing the process down by sending in multiple tickets on the same issue. Would you agree with that, Abby? Is that really what's going on? Is that when people get anxiety and they send it in, it actually bogs it down, right?
That's absolutely right. Yes, that's absolutely right. I mean, it just causes more tickets for us to have to sort through. So if there's one ticket, if everybody sends in one ticket on one issue, it's going to go so much faster. And I know that it's taking time, and it's really hard to be patient, because these, some of these issues need to be addressed right away, but we really are working as hard as we can to get through all these tickets and get them answered immediately. So. And
you know what we're doing, Abby, on the radio show single morning, every morning on our radio show, Abby, we go sometimes for a couple of hours, and we're asking people every single morning to slow down and simmer down with the tickets. But when people have critical, urgent issues, they're chiming in, and we're handling some of that stuff on the fly in real time on the radio. And could you just make one more comment, and then I'm going to give it back to you, Doug? One of the things I said earlier today, and I repeat to people over and over and over, is that if they would go through the frequently asked questions and watch all of the video that has been provided, the ticket issue goes away, because most of the questions are handled in those tutorial videos. Do you find that to be true right now as you're going through the ticket situation? Is some of the stuff that you're seeing answered right there in the videos and in the tutorials already?
Yeah, that is a big part of it. And we're also going to work on getting like the FAQ updated and upgraded, so you'll be able to be even more self-sufficient with it.
That's awesome. Doug, I'm sorry for stepping over there, Doug. Come out here.
Yeah, no, listen, I think I was stepping on you guys, but guess what? Diamond Dave just told me a minute ago, if you try to go to Jing.com, you will not get there. You have to go to TechSmith, TechSmith.com /Jing. TechSmith.html. That's TechSmith, TechSmith, techsmith.com/Jing, JING.html. And just make sure you've got an HTTPS in front of all that. You'll be golden. Joe, thank you for coming out, man, and meeting and greeting Abby over here, which is totally awesome. And you asked some incredible questions, especially the FAQ, which I do know is also in the works right now. We got a lot of people looking at it, and it'll get cleaned up and expanded for everybody. So,
and you know
Abby,
what I'm thinking, Doug? I know that you just announced the URL, but what we should do is put that URL in the FAQ and tell people, okay, if you have some details, if you need here's how you get a screenshot of that receipt that you're struggling with. We should include that Jing piece, that Jing URL in our FAQ section. I think that's what we'll do.
Great idea. Love it. Hey, we got to let Abby go because I only promised 1 to 2 minutes, and we're probably like approaching 10, and she's going to kill me. Okay, so Abby, thank you. You are a superstar, rock star, and I appreciate you so much, and we all do. I know you got a tough job out there, and you're making it so everybody can really run their business as smooth as possible. So thank you once again.
No problem, guys. I'm glad to be here.
Okay.
Thank you, Abby. You're awesome.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
You're welcome.
Bye.
See ya. There she is,
hey,
ladies
Joe?
and gentlemen. Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. Look, I really wanted to get Abby out here, and I thought that would help everybody. So you guys can, just like we brought, or actually Jody just showed up during the week here, and you brought her out. It just shows that it's more than just us really hanging out here and building this company, that there are a team of people, super competent, reliable people here helping to make this thing just as big as it can be, man. So that's all I wanted to add. Thank you so much.
Well, stick around here, Doug, and I want to get you back out here, Greg, as well, because the stuff I have on my list here is the stuff that we repeat every single morning. You know, there is a customizable My Sponsor link, which is very cool, and it's really, people have been asking about it, and we have the daily swipe files, and we talk about the new videos. In the Halloween contest, we'll mention the winners and in a moment, but this is really where I want to go with this discussion right now, is about the vision of what we're doing, okay, where we're going with the traffic authority. You know, it's been a year since the Infinite Leverage System, which was the beta test program. It was a year ago in October. So there's a year under our belt here with when going from beta test into the pre-launch of traffic authority and then the full-on launch, which happens sometime in September. And thank you, Doug, for bringing Abby out, and Jody came out this week, and we've had Carl come out on the radio show, and we've had Chad on the Visionaries call. I want you to speak to, and Greg, in a minute, I want you to talk about the traffic. You're the traffic acquisition manager, and I know that traffic is really ramping up, and I know the quality of the traffic and the quality of the conversions is like something that is very, very cool. But I want you to speak about this, you guys, about where are we really going? You know, what like this morning, Doug, you shared with me, you shared with me about going into Best Buy and establishing a corporate relationship with Best Buy so traffic authority can be more efficient when we're giving away these Apple products. You know, could you just speak to, like customer service? Where are we going with this division? You know what I mean? We're operating in 27 countries around the world. So what are we going to do to address the needs of the people that are sleeping right now because they live in Australia? You know, could you speak to where do you really see this going? And then, Greg, I want you to comment on, fulfilling traffic orders like buku. Isn't that the word that they use? Like buku traffic? Like, we're talking hundreds of thousands of clicks every single week and maintaining the quality moving forward 3 months, 6 months, 12 months from now. Doug, you can go first, dude, okay? Because I know that you're fired up about this. You talked to me this morning. You were so excited about Best Buy. It was like crazy, man.
Yeah. Oh, man, I'll tell you what. I felt like a kid in a candy store, okay? I went shopping this morning for the winners and the soon-to-be winners, right? We had some humongous winners during the week here. On Tuesday night, where is my phone here? Okay. Tuesday night, we announced some winners, and they had an opportunity to Well, listen, everybody, you're all caught up in the Halloween contest right now, and just what a great time of the year. First of all, we're getting into the, right in the middle of the fall months. These are the best months. Okay, some of the best months of the year to be building your direct sales business. And we're seeing so many people take action, create video testimonials, show up, do calls, be on calls, send out swipes, send out links, post, just all sorts of things, right? And I just know that the folks that won already, you're going to be excited about your Bose headphones and your MacBook and your iPad, Apple Watch thing or whatever, all this stuff. But, yeah, I walked into Best Buy this morning, and I saw my man Covey. He took care of me like you can't even imagine, okay? Short of getting the whole entire list for everybody all at once, but it was fun. We had a good time. And so everybody who's already won, shopping stuff is going out. The people that are going to win this next week, and Joe, I think it's what's going to happen on Tuesday night maybe again. We'll do the same thing. Adam and you and Greg and whoever, we'll get some prizes out. Those will be going out as well this next week here too. And make sure, by the way, if you do happen to be one of those lucky recipients, okay, all we ask is just one thing. All we really want to see is a killer video, okay? Like when the FedEx guy shows up, you're getting that box and you're opening it up, and you're going to be excited. That's for sure. But Joe,
well, who's excited? Who's excited is your man at Best Buy, because most people come in, they buy a TV, they buy a refrigerator. You're walking in there, you're buying $20,000-$40,000 a month in stuff, right? I mean, you're like buying some serious stuff, right?
Well, Joe, when you walk in like that, right, and you're not just some Joe off the street. Sorry about that.
No problem.
I should have said Joe Schmo, right? But no, you're Joe, and you are powerful, my friend. But, yeah, you're just not some schlug off the street, just walking in and just kind of just poking around and then just walking out. No, when you walk in and you pull your card out and you're starting to spend real hard dollars, I mean, I'm telling you, I can only liken it to going to Vegas and them rolling out the red carpet, giving you the platinum room, giving you the penthouse, giving you the carte blanche card and all that stuff. And that's how I felt this morning, okay? They're very nice over there. No plug for Best Buy. I'm just saying, just in general. Here's what I know. When you treat people with respect, with trust, with dignity, and you make them feel good, okay? And I wasn't doing that just because I'm there buying that. That's how I always operate, right? All the time with whoever I meet and greet and exchange communication with, right? And so this guy Covey, right, he doesn't work on commission, right, at all. I couldn't even believe what he told me. They don't even work on commission. I'm like, dude, you better get into my business right away here. Hurry up. And he will be probably by the time this is all said and done, okay? We'll have Covey in the business. But, I mean, that's how it works. You get back what you give. It's as simple as that. And, Joe, everything works out for me. Greg will tell you, I've been saying that since the moment I met him. It's just the way I live my life. Everything works out for me. And guess what, guys? Because you know me, everything's going to work out for you, okay? But you got to tell the universe that all the time. And I was having a conversation really, really early this morning with a wonderful person, and she's on this call right now. I'm sure she knows who she is. She remembers this conversation. Definitely. Just don't take this lightly, okay? Seriously, don't take this lightly. No matter what happens in the outcome, it still is going to work out for you. It's just the way the law of the universe works, okay? And, Joe, speaking about the rest of the world and all the countries, and I don't know, is it 29 countries? I'm not sure who calculated that number, but it's awesome.
Yep.
I will tell you, we had to eliminate one country this week, just so you know. And we did it because we had a personal attack, okay? And there's a country out there, and I'll tell everybody right now, it's Indonesia. If you're from Indonesia, unfortunately, it's not going to work for you here anymore, right? It's just the way that it is. We saw some fraud coming out of Indonesia, and we had to put the clamps and screws to it, okay? And we did the same thing over at iPayout, okay? And iPayout has their own list of countries that they just do not let operate. We don't let those countries operate here either, okay? We're looking for good people that are doing good business, and we're here to protect everybody so we can be around here for a very long time. I want to just say one last thing to my business partners, Greg and to Chad. Guys, congratulations. We're actually 1 year old with this model that we've created here. What I mean by that is in selling traffic out there and providing information and tools and training and all that we're doing here, okay? Yesterday marked our 1 year anniversary. Congratulations, guys. It's a big, huge milestone, and this is a tribute to everybody on this call. You've got to understand, 95% of all direct sales companies fail in their first year. Guess what? We're now working on year 2, and it's exciting. It really is. And even more exciting is that we're together with Adam and the team, Ben and Matt and John. Joe's here. We've built a big team. Abby and everybody else, Jody. We've got Carmen, Betsy, Jason, Carl. I mean, the list goes on. How many people are on this team right now working day and night globally to give you guys the best opportunity we can possibly give you. So kudos to everybody here. Thank you. Joe, back to you, my friend.
Doug, where do you see us in a year, bro? Okay, thank you for bringing that up. Okay, so where are we going to be in a year? What do you see? How are we going to manage support tickets and, all of the things that we have to do? Where do you see us? Where's your vision in a year from now?
Yeah, hey, great question, okay? We all had our sites closing out 2015, right? Closing out 2015, we had our sites at 20,000 members, okay? And that's a big number, right? It's a big number. First, you got to get to 10,000, and before you get to 10,000, you got to get to 5,000. We're already there right now, and we're growing. So I think in 2016 and going beyond that, especially with what we've got building with the conferences, events, the Traffic Academy, the premium, getting humongous leaders in here, the likes of which they're here, okay, and they're setting their teams up, they're setting their lists up, they're setting their marketing and what they know how to do, okay. A lot of people you've never even heard from behind the scenes that are in internet marketing, that are in affiliate marketing, they're getting here, they're already here, and they're warming up. Joe, I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of 2016 we're 50,000 plus strong here. We're going to pack some stadiums here very soon. Mm-hmm. It's exciting. And we're going to grow it, Joe. We're going to grow it not only externally but internally too. So we'll be adding support people. Greg and I already talked this week. We're adding an additional couple of people here that are going to greet everybody coming in the door, okay, because we want everybody to have that warm and fuzzy feeling that they've got a touch point day one, right? This just isn't a company that's just going to leave you hanging and drop you off the face of the earth and churn and burn. It's not that way. Not in 2015, 16, not anymore, right? Not anymore, because we know one thing. It costs way too much money to go out and get a brand new person than it does to support the people that you've got here and train them and coach them and keep them going in this industry, okay? While you go out and get your new people and we create new environments and new training procedures and new videos and slick-looking one-pagers and all that, we're going to keep everybody going along here and making money, because that's really why you came here. You came here to make money, create opportunity for yourself, for your family, and create that lifestyle that you want. So, Joe, that's where I'm at, man. I see big things here, very big things here.
Thank you very much, Doug. I'm going to get back to you in a moment, but I want to bring Greg into this conversation. Greg Chambers, you and I go many years back. We've known each other for nearly 2 decades. And one of the things that I know about you is that you play big, that you think big. And this is like, I've called it in the past, this is like networking for grown-ups, right? It's inexpensive. You can get in here and begin earning commissions at a $47 commitment. And we've got this ability to, educate you with the academy, and now you're talking $144 a month, and most of that money is getting paid out in commission, half of it, nearly half of it. And then we have these traffic buys, and yesterday we had a guy come out on the radio, I think it was yesterday, Frank, in beautiful Myrtle Beach, talking about, hey, where do I wire my money for Diamond, playing at a very big level. And I know that you are a big thinker, and we know we've created this program so every individual can participate. It's only $47 to get into a money-making position here. But as a big thinker, okay, as one of the giants in the industry, dude. What do you see? And as your title is Traffic Acquisition Manager, what do you see moving forward in the internet world, the ever-expanding world of internet marketing? You are an expert in email marketing. I would say that you were the very first guy ever to really get busy with this concept of clicks and email marketing. So we've come a long way, and happy anniversary, bro. It's been a year since you three guys launched this idea. But where are we at right now? I know you've got a lot of stuff going on. And where do you see us going, bro? I mean, you're talking, Doug Wellens is talking 50,000 members. What are you thinking when you think of 50,000 members from the traffic acquisition manager position? What does that look like?
Yeah, Joe, I really love that discussion, and you and I have talked about where we're going, and Doug and I have certainly talked about it, as we've been partners for 8 years now. And to me, the way I see it, I believe Traffic Authority is going to be a household name in 2016. It's going to be known in our industry because we are doing some things that no one's done before. I mean, of course, I'm really excited about the traffic co-op side. I'm happy to be here in Tallahassee, really happy to be 1,000% focused on that. And I do apologize for, not being out on the radio calls as much. I am listening to them. If I can't listen to them live, I listen to them recorded. I do enjoy the great job you do in the community. But, again, where I really want to put my focus, Joe, is on that traffic side of things, because there are massive commissions to be made and there are huge lists to be built. And, I've spent a lot of time talking in the past about, how we really improved when Adam and folks came in, because we really added the element. You and Doug did such a great job talking about the academy, and that really is also the future along with events. What I really want to talk about is the traffic side, because Traffic Authority offers one piece, and I actually heard a gentleman on the radio show mimicking some things I've been talking about over this entire year. And Traffic Authority offers the ability to actually get your traffic for free over time. And how do you do that? You do it based on leverage. You are purchasing a package yourself. Each month you have a goal for what you want to build. And then once you actually have that in mind, you can actually start to develop your team once you have two who each have two buying that same level, because we all know how our comp plan works. It's a 2-level affiliate program. Once you actually have that, and Joe, I'm here to tell you that my grandmother could build a 2x2 in like a very short period of time, where basically you can have free traffic for life. You want to build a list, you want to build a massive list, because I do hear people say, and you have to understand, I've been doing media buys and been involved with traffic for over 20 years, and I hear all these brand new people talking about how I'm going to invest $220 in traffic and I'm going to make, $500 or I'm out. Well, you think I'm like that? Please don't buy a traffic package. I mean, there's no way I can help or train or really even have a discussion with that person, because they are failing before they started. Frank Kern, the best people in this industry, cannot do that consistently. That's why they actually use affiliate programs and other things as well, because everybody knows the first thing you've got to do in business is you've got to build your list. Once you have that asset, then you monetize that asset. But unfortunately, if we were to poll our Traffic Authority members 100%, we're going to find that I'm guessing probably somewhere in the 80 to 90% rate do not yet have a list. And how do I know this? Because 50% of our current members today don't have a Get Response account. They don't see the value in $15 a month. And I will tell you this, you guys, the training that's going to happen on that, coming from me personally, is going to be massive, because we are going to talk about why you have a Get Response account, why you build your own list. But this other factor, and you guys, anyone that's come from the beta program used to hear me talk about foundation, going to be hearing a lot more about that concept of foundation. We kind of renamed it over here 3-star, but it's about having a team working with you to offset your cost to allow you to build your list over time, which means in the future, very, very near future, you're going to be able to basically monetize that list in a number of ways. And Joe, I mean, I'm sorry for people that come here and, they literally think they're going to, fall out of bed and make $1,000 a week. And there are some people that actually can play like at the diamond level where that's possible. But for the average person who's starting more at the basic or bronze or silver level, I want to talk to them because those very people can still be the ones making $500, $1,000, $2,000 a week. It's just 3, 6 months, a year away. And I'm just saying, think about if you don't do something, if you don't create a strategy for yourself right now and over this very near term, what's going to be different 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now? And I'm here to tell you, I mean, I'm going to be 50 in March. Nothing changes until you change. And I'm just saying, Joe, we have the strategies here that literally no one else has. It is not possible to get free traffic anywhere else in the world. We are the only ones that have it. And all we're going to be talking about are from this co-op standpoint, I'm going to be talking about is training exactly how you build that foundation and then how you get that list and then how you monetize that list. So, I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm just going to say a couple of things here, Joe, just because, everyone knows I'm kind of going through a personal transition and, I'm in Tallahassee permanently. And I just want to basically talk about discipline a little bit because I'm here to tell everybody that, what's going to basically be the difference between your success and your failure is your ability to implement basic discipline in your life. And I just want to cover 3 things about that. And I'm going to share a little story before I even get started about those 3 steps or those 3 things that are critical. Because I just want to let everyone know it is amazing how time has a way of changing situations for the better. And, I actually just going to say it out. You guys are kind of hearing about my personal life as it's happening here. I actually met someone in Tallahassee, and I'm just saying it is, and the only reason I bring this up because all of life and all of business is motivational and mindset. It is amazing the difference, the transformation that can happen in your life in 1 week. And I use it personally here, but I will just say bringing one person into your business can change your life. I'm just telling you, of the people who have never brought a single person in, and they are out there, please go and listen to the radio show. Please go and go through your training that's on your traffic authority system. And please, order a traffic package and whatever level you can afford, and implement also the training parts about Facebook and your own personal list, different ways to bring people in. I guarantee you this. You bring in one person this next week into your business, and it is transformational. It changes your mindset. And your mindset starts to change, your life starts to change. And I can just tell you, because I'm experiencing this personally, so if you guys had video on me, I'd be walking around with a silly smile. But it's exactly the same in our businesses. And I want to just cover a few steps in discipline because this is something I'm going through right now, and it's so critical, to actually, for discipline, to have a routine and to follow your team. But here, Joe, there's kind of 3 things that I wanted to go over. One is discipline is not set by your intelligence level. It's not about how smart you are. Discipline is about doing the right thing, the thing you need to do, the productive thing, whether you feel like it or not. It's a matter of getting off the couch and actually moving forward. And the great thing about Traffic Authority, unlike 99.9% of all other businesses that don't tell you a single thing other than they just point at other people that are successful, with us, you go to that daily marketing plan, it is laid out. But unfortunately, having it laid out doesn't mean it's being done for you. You must do the work. You must actually have the discipline to move forward on those things. But I want you to know it doesn't have anything to do. You don't have to be a genius. I remember back in the day when I was a bank supervisor. I don't have a degree. Basically, I'm someone that I guess you could say went through the school of hard knocks, worked my way up, literally through effort. And I was actually the youngest operations manager in Bank One history in the credit card division. And I won that job out over master's degree people, multiple, 4-year degrees. And how did I do it? It wasn't because I was smarter than anyone else on that floor doing those jobs. The reason I did it was, in my own mind, no one was going to outwork me. Work ethic is probably the number one thing that comes with discipline. If you don't have it today, get it. Start thinking about it. Start thinking about, what you could be doing to be more productive. Because people like Vince, you want to know why he's successful? He is a workaholic. That guy, he may be enjoying himself, maybe having the most fun of all of us, but I'm telling you, work ethic is critical. And again, work ethic and discipline go right together, but it's not intelligence, you guys. It is getting off the couch. And then, this kind of the next thing is you have to release any negative thoughts you have about things. Part of being disciplined is not thinking about the fact that, oh, shit, I did a business, 12 months ago and I failed. Well, if you were to talk to me and Joe and Doug and my business partner Chad, we've got failures of business that are as long as your arm. But the reason we've been successful is we learned something from those failures, we moved on, and we made the best of the next situation. Don't sit there and think just because something didn't happen great, before, or even last week you did something and didn't work out as well as you want. You've got to let go of those negative feelings, and you have got to push forward. Part of being disciplined is saying, you know what? It's like water off a duck's back. For you guys who have not seen the video that Doug played for us a few months ago with the little baby duck or whatever that thing was that literally fell down the 4,000-foot ledge and survived, you've got to watch that because it is inspirational. And the only reason I say that is failure is not a lack of discipline. Quitting is a lack of discipline. Failure is simply a step to success. A problem is only a solution waiting to happen. So just keep that in mind, as you're doing things. But you really got to, plan your success. You've got to plan your activities. You've got to make time to do the action steps. Because one of the things here, it is so well laid out. If you just simply follow the steps, you've literally got it made. And then, this is the last thing I'm going to say, is your past does not equal your future. I was 30 years old before I ever made six figures. The first year I made six figures, I actually made multiple six figures, and I've never looked back. Even though I've struggled in businesses here and there, I have since that time never made less than $200,000. And so but my point being is, had I gone into, 29 to 30 to go, oh, crap, I've never done X, Y, Z, you've got to be open to it. The one thing you see here is you're seeing people who are successful. The fact that you're hanging with other successful people, the reality hits your consciousness that, hey, if they can do it, so can I. And Brian Tracy, I'll tell you, the greatest thing I ever learned as a bank manager, literally changed my life, is Brian Tracy conveyed to me that you can do and have what anyone else has in business as long as you're willing to learn what they know and do what they do. And, I'm not talking about being an NBA star, I'm not talking about talent. I'm talking about discipline and effort. In business, you really can achieve the results, the same exact results as someone else if you're willing to learn what they know and do what they do. So, Joe, sorry to go on and on, but with that, back to you, my friend.
Well, Greg, I just want to say this is so enlightening. As a matter of fact, dude, I just even posted on Facebook that you are blowing me away this morning. And this is what I expected from you, though. I expected from you that you are going to blow me away because you are always evolving, always learning, and as you said, releasing any negative thoughts. I wrote it down. Your past does not equal your present or your future. And I'm so excited for you. You sound fantastic. We didn't even talk about the traffic. I know it's flowing like crazy. I know we've got more traffic flowing, more people converting. Traffic is converting into leads, and leads are converting into sales. It is happening, and I know that we've got a big plan, and I know we're going to be here in a year, and we're going to be here in 2 years, and we're going to be here in 5 years. I want to thank everyone who took the time this morning. It looks like we're going to come in right underneath this 1 hour mark. And I have to say this, okay? Greg and Doug and Chad, thank you guys for getting started, coming up with the idea, and persevering. This is a big, big project. This is a huge, huge vision that you guys are bringing to life. And as you said, Doug, it has morphed into a great big team. At one point, it was just Greg, Doug, and Chad sitting in Tallahassee coming up with an idea, and now we have got a busload of talented, bright, excited, creative people who are all moving towards the target, all moving towards the same target, and that is education, communication, and success. That really is what the goal is here, right? To become wiser, to become better, to become more efficient, and to have a better life, to make more money. That is really what this is about. And I'll close with this, okay? Somebody once said to me, and I'm going to share this with you right now, someone once said to me that an organization, an idea will only grow as large as the shadow that is cast by the founders. Okay, you got to be a big man. You got to have a big vision. You've got to be able to walk in integrity, walk the walk, do the work, and then you cast that shadow. And here at Traffic Authority, the shadow that is being cast by the people who work morning, noon, and night, and it starts with you three guys. It starts with Doug, Greg, and Chad. But what you see happening here is a reflection of that vision, that work ethic, that willingness to get up off the couch no matter how dark the day, no matter how heavy you may be feeling. It is time to get up and go at it one more time. And that vision, that ability to do that, that is the shadow that is being cast. The reason we're talking about 50,000 members, the reason we're bringing people in here with such experience like Abby, who has managed giant customer service organizations, the reason we're having thousands and thousands and thousands of people show up every single day on our radio broadcast, the reason that we have nearly 20,000 members on our VIP Facebook mastermind page, and we've been able to do that in less than 3 months, there's only one reason that happens, and that is because of the shadow that is being cast by the giantness of our founders. Okay? Somebody once said that. An organization will only grow, an idea only grows as big as the shadow that is being cast by the people who are leading the way. With that, I want to thank you guys. It's been a wonderful week here in the Traffic Authority. We'll be back on Monday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to start your day with the RadioLeverage.com. That's where you can find us with our Traffic Report radio show. A full week next week. A lot more stuff is coming. Make sure that you're paying attention to your emails because always more value being added. Really cool things will be introduced next week. Until then, make it a great weekend. Keep your eyes posted on your email because we'll be sending you guys some cool stuff throughout the weekend. And remember, give yourself 3 points for showing up here today. You bagged 3 points. Job well done. So as I say every single morning, hey, let's go play in traffic, but always look both ways before crossing. We'll see you Monday, everybody.